Good evening, everybody. This is a meeting of the Newbury, Massachusetts Town Library Board of Trustees. It is Wednesday, the 9th of March, 2022, and we are beginning our meeting at 5:37 in the evening. We are being recorded on Zoom. As all of us know, Governor Baker issued an executive order on 15 February 2022, extending the opportunity for boards such as ours to hold a meeting by Zoom. And we have done this for the convenience of all the trustees. Therefore, as we begin, let us introduce ourselves. I'm Alexander Burke. I'm a trustee member.
I'm Dick Raven, also a trustee.
Carrie Litterist, also a trustee.
With three of us here, we have a quorum, and we will proceed with our meeting in accordance with our agenda. First thing to do is take a look at minutes from two previous meetings, one from the entire Board of Trustees on February 2nd, and the second set of minutes from the preliminary screening committee, which minutes were created on the 2nd of March. So has everybody had an opportunity to look at the February 2 minutes?
Yes.
Any objections or corrections?
No.
None heard. I move approval of the meetings of February 2nd, 2022.
I move to accept them. Second.
Nope.
Vote unanimous to accept.
Good job, Dick.
Thank you.
Yes. You did great. Are you doing great again today for us?
Yes, I am.
Bless your heart.
Yay.
Thank you. Second set of minutes we need to consider are those which emerge from the meeting of the preliminary search committee a week ago this morning, interviewing candidates for the position of library director. Has everybody had an opportunity to review those meeting minutes?
I
Yeah.
don't know that I got them, but maybe I didn't know I got them.
Oh,
Did I send them out?
I didn't get them.
I didn't send
Oh.
them out. I'm so sorry. I sent them, I put them up on the town website, but I didn't send them out. But I guess I thought you all weren't going to approve them because it was just the two of you.
Oh.
But I could have been wrong.
got them from you. I got them from you, actually. I wrote it, but I actually did get something from you.
And Alex sent them out, but did you send them? You didn't send them to everybody?
I don't remember.
Well, I don't think I got them. So
Oh,
speaking on behalf of everybody, no.
I can try and send them out right now.
Okay, as can I.
short, Dick.
Let me find it. So my computer has frozen apparently.
Oh, no.
Great. Crying out loud.
I can probably send them from mine, Dick. Let me find
All
them.
right, it's not letting me search my email.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not good at this.
I'm struggling to get it, so let's see how it goes. Okay, I just tried to send them out to you, Dick, see if they'll show up.
Can't believe it. I can't search my email.
Uh,
That'll keep you confined for a few moments.
Well, they haven't come in, so they haven't come in yet. So
I'm trying to.
here they
Okay.
are. Here
Oh,
they are.
good. It's short.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I think but these are the wrong ones, I think.
Minutes of the Library Board of Trustees Executive Session, March 2nd.
Yeah, let's see. No,
Draft Minutes of 2/2/22.
yeah, no, those I have, but no, I was looking for the minutes of the search committee,
Yeah,
and I don't have
March
those.
2nd. Okay.
I have February 2nd, not March 2nd.
Yeah. Oh, nuts. I did send you the wrong ones.
Yeah, well, that's because it's it's the second day of both months.
Yes.
Easy to get confused.
I was born that way, Dick. Hold on, see what we can do here.
I'm trying to.
Numbers again, Dick. You know I'm horrible with them.
It's always been my defense. I'm an English
Oh,
major,
I think I've got them.
not a math major.
Oh, wait. I'm just going to forward it.
Good.
Me too. No subject, Dick, but it's coming, we hope. Sorry
Here.
about that.
Okay.
It's a
I've
big
got it.
yawn once you do get them. Wonderful work, of course, by Terry, but
Okay. I have them.
Oh, good.
good.
And Jean, you put them up on the library website?
As a draft, because that you're supposed to do that within 48 hours of an executive session. So I put it up in
Oh,
draft.
I thought it was 10 days. No. I thought it was 10 days.
Oh, Dick told me something. In my mind, it registered as 48 hours. I could be wrong. 10
All right.
days probably makes more sense, but it's
Yeah.
okay, because I had to put the last ones up in draft form too, because of this new thing with Zoom meetings.
Yeah, we didn't have a Zoom though. On
For the one in,
March 2.
no, that
March 2
wasn't,
is in person, so we have a 10-day deadline, which has been fulfilled.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Terry, approval on these is up to you and me, since we were the only participants in the meeting.
Okay, I'm not sure if he got the first version before I signed it, respectfully submitted by me. There were like two little things I added to it based on what Jean said. There was that and the date, which I apparently didn't first put on there, but March 2nd, 2020. And the full library board was to meet on March 9th, which is now at 5:30, respectfully submitted by Terry Litters, which I had not written on the original.
That's the one I got, though.
Oh, good. Okay.
So are you two going to vote to approve?
Voting to approve, Terry?
Yes.
Okay, I second. And the attendants at the meeting have unanimously approved the minutes of the March 3rd preliminary search committee meeting. Okay, that said, let's move on to a report from the preliminary search committee. Terry, do you want to lead on that?
Sure. It was the two of us. And what happened is we had one candidates interviewed. We opened the meeting at 10:30 and went directly into executive session. We had one candidate interviewed and provided a copy of Newbury Employees Benefit Summary. The discussion included a review of qualifications, which were excellent. The candidate's priorities for the first 12 months in the leadership position, and if chosen, that would be staff retention and concerns about that, and increased interaction with town departments, purchases for technology, and increased participation for volunteers, and plans for building repair and clear strategic planning follow-up. The candidate was articulate about her goals and very specific about some things, expressed a very good understanding of staff relationships, answered all our questions. Alex, do you want to say anything else? I'm not sure.
I think we, in the interview, covered all of that and heard also an emphasis in terms of staff retention, an emphasis on training and development going forward.
Yes.
For all of our folks. I wound up wondering, after we had chatted with our candidate, whether for some of the staff, continuing education units are required to retain the certificates of librarianship on the various levels. But I don't know, Jean, Erin?
Not really required.
Okay.
Encouraged certainly, but not required. The only thing that is required is for the director's position. And in our case, it's the certification from the state for community under 10,000.
Yeah, we have that
And that's
for our
good.
candidate. Yeah, okay. Now, just curious, all part and parcel of it.
So after the meeting ended and the candidate left, we discussed the possibility for the Board of Trustees to potentially offer this position to that candidate, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we
okay.
did.
And I don't know if this is a place to do that, but I'm bringing it up because that is what we want. The two of us in the initial committee felt that this person was a wonderful candidate for this position. And it wasn't necessary to interview anybody else outside the system, that we'd like to go ahead and present to the rest of the board, and Eugene, that we'd like to recommend hiring this candidate.
Absolutely.
That being said, let me make a motion that the Board of Trustees of the Newbury Town Library extend a contract of employment to Erin Wimet to be effective on the 1st of May, 2022 for the position of Director of the Newbury Town Library.
I second that.
Let us vote upon the motion having been seconded.
I vote aye.
I vote aye. Of the trustees present, unanimous vote is returned. Congratulations,
Congratulations, Erin.
Erin, and to us.
Thank you.
Thank you to the search committee.
Well,
Look forward to working with you, Erin.
Very much.
always have, still
Yeah.
do, and will continue. So
Yeah.
that's great. So that concludes the portion of our meeting, which was to be dedicated to the director search. And we'll move on to the discussion of substitute staffing during May. Jean, you'll need to lead that because I'm
Well, I would have
completely.
put more on this agenda if I knew that was gonna go so fast.
The interview was
Yes.
wonderful, Jean.
Oh,
Oh,
come
it's
on.
it's the only person who was, I've known Erin for a long time. I feel I always enjoyed working with her. I feel very confident that she has the best interests of the
Yeah.
library at heart and brings a lot of energy and imagination to the work she's done. It's always been great. And I
Thank
think
you.
that philosophically, I think it's a very good thing to promote from within. It's encouraging to the staff who exist to see that there is a pathway for achievement in their lives. And so I think it's a terrific idea. So, and I think, you're in the process of being trained how to take over the full responsibility, some of which you already have been doing. So I think it's great. Ellen. So
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Agree.
Yep.
Okay, so staffing coverage for the 2 Saturdays in May, which our newly hired director-to-be thought about, and I was so zoned out, I didn't think about those 2 Saturdays in May when I won't be here. So she and Marcia Jansen, who you all remember, she was with us until, I don't know, a year ago. She has offered to cover those 2 Saturdays. And possibly a little bit more. So that's, to basically come on as a temporary staff person and cover those 2 Saturdays, maybe a little bit more. So the issue is we'd like to pay her out of salaries because most years there's a little bit extra in salaries. I can't guarantee that, but there could be enough to pay her out of salaries. But if there isn't, I was hoping the trustees would vote to cover whatever the shortfall would be with state aid funds, which is already covering salaries. So, there's no way to know what the exact budget is going to say on May. How many days in May? 31 on May 31st. But I'm hopeful we can pay at least a portion of it from salaries, but if not, if the trustees would vote to approve paying for it from state aid, that would be great.
Okay. I move that we pay from state aid for Marcia's at least 2 Saturdays in May.
I second.
Let us vote on that issue.
Yes,
All in favor? Aye.
I,
Unanimous.
Excellent,
Okay.
thank you. That will be helpful because things are going to be chaotic here. I'm literally going to be walking out the door with the whole library turned upside down.
no. it's
Torn
gonna
apart.
go fine.
Are you
Gonna
saying
go-
après moi le déluge? Is that what you're saying? You know what that
Translate,
means?
please.
May we?
It's after me, the deluge.
Yes.
Louis the 14th or somebody said.
Yeah. And he was right.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's feeling like. I mean, I already knew it was going to be a little chaotic, and of course, we don't know our budget yet.
No.
So we don't know what the schedule will be. We don't know any of that. So,
But we've worked it out in the past. We will work it out this time.
yes.
I have faith in Erin's steady guidance,
Absolutely,
and
Yep.
move ahead.
absolutely.
It's all gonna be okay.
All going to be okay with
Yep.
and the trustees are going to pitch in as well.
Yeah,
Is everybody aware about Beth? Erin, I can't remember.
I don't know, but we have a volunteer extraordinaire, Beth Sinami, who has submitted her signed papers to town hall to run for trustee in May. And I think that she's going to be a fantastic addition if she gets voted in, which we are confident she will. She's been doing really great work for us for a number of years now, and has been truly committed to the library during all of that time. So she'll be a great addition.
Spell her last name for me so I can get it in the minutes.
Cennami.
Okay. Thank you.
So the other thing on here is credit card for library expenditures. I pretty much just wanted to plant a seed. I have had over the years, even before I was director, had to use my personal credit card for many online library expenditures, including the town's Amazon account, which my credit card is actually attached to, because I set the account up originally. So I just want the trustees to be aware that I'm going to obviously be removing my credit card from those accounts,
Yeah.
and that
Darn.
hopefully I don't forget any. And that includes like paying the Amazon Prime renewal every year. So
Wow.
I spoke with Eileen, the town accountant, and it doesn't sound like there's any appetite for a town-wide credit card. So it's going to have to be a process that we're going to have to deal with in the next 2 months as I remove mine and we figure out how to go from there. It's not a whole lot more I can say about it. It would be great if there was a town credit card. I know some towns have them, quite a few towns, but I guess for Eileen, in Eileen's view, it's always been but not a budgeting, but a bookkeeping nightmare, because receipts are coming in from all over the place. So this is just something that's going to need to be dealt with, which is why I think an extra meeting in March could be great.
Yeah.
If you're all up for it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We
Fine.
can,
Yeah, well, I do think it's a very peculiar thing to expect an employee to use their personal credit card
Yeah.
to buy supplies
Yeah.
that are the town's obligations. So we need to figure out a better way to do that.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's just so many things that you can't, so much software that we purchased for the library. It's probably 6 to 10 software products that you can only pay online. They don't invoice you. So, there has to be I think, a better method, better procedure.
Are there any local banks that are friends of the library in particular?
God, I've forgotten the name of Eastern Bank had been for a while. What is 5 cent savings? They always used to send us, give us a grant at the end of the year. What are you thinking, that they would extend a line of credit?
I'm wondering whether, I don't know if any of them offer credit cards, but if they do, whether they could offer the Board of Trustees a credit card.
Right. That was something Aaron and I had talked about. Yeah, a library credit card.
A
as
library
opposed to a
credit
town.
card.
Right.
The 5 cent savings is now Newburyport Bank.
Yeah,
Oh,
They might do that.
yeah,
well, it used to be Richie Eden, but he's long gone from there, so.
yeah. I know, I think the town has some accounts with Provident. But the one that's up near Shaw's. Yeah, because
Oh, it's
that's,
got a different name now too, Probate.
oh, well, I think the town may have some accounts there, so maybe that's something to consider.
Or the Institution for Savings, which is a local bank.
And they've donated to us in the past as well, and there should be a good relationship there. And a card like that, would be easy to place a limit on what,
Right.
the expenses aren't enormous, they're just online. So we could place a nice limit on it and keep it as safe as we can.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
well, to think about it.
We'll take it up at
Okay.
our next meeting.
Yeah,
We'll need to.
yeah. Yeah, I was
It's
just
off
waiting to
agenda,
see.
Gene, but could you update us on everybody who may not know the status of the deluge and the repairs and all that kind of thing?
Oh, I'd be so happy to.
Yeah.
Not. Well, I will say people are coming in fast, right, Erin? We got the insurance guy on, was that Tuesday, I guess? And
Tuesday.
today, somebody from Gabluski.com came in to survey, took pictures, and his company is going to be doing the rebuild. So they're already on that. We gave him, we didn't give it to him, but he's looking at our carpet samples so we can get pricing. So that's encouraging. But I don't think, I didn't tell you this, Erin, but he said he sees it as a 3-week project plus a week for the demolition. So that was a little more than I was thinking,
Yeah.
but you know, our goal really is to try and keep the building open. And our hope is that they can do the demolition and go right into the rebuild.
What has to be demolished?
It has, what's that?
What has to be demolished?
Pretty much the entire tech services area, from the staff room through that wall over to the Friends book sale room, and my office, and at least the carpeting and Erin's. So that's
And
pretty
that-
major,
That includes flooring, walls and ceiling.
right?
Cabinetry, the desks. Yeah,
What was that?
the cabinetry over by over by the copier.
I don't know. I think we might be keeping it.
Yeah, I
don't-
think, yeah,
Okay,
because there's the cabinets, I believe, can be removed, and the file cabinets, I mean, the countertops, I meant to say, and the cabinets, I think can be removed. We have to figure out where they're gonna go. And we have to also figure out where the director will work during that time period, as well as tech services staff. So,
Will there
It's-
also be a cleaning process so there's not any horrendous mold or cancerous mold and stuff?
well, there's not gonna be much to clean, I think, except for upstairs, but they are going to take the ceiling down and the plywood, or whatever it is, whatever that ceiling is made from. But the whole thing, way they're getting rid of the mold is by taking everything down. That was the only way, I guess, to succeed 100%. And the gentleman today told me they have to check and make sure there's no asbestos, but I'd be very surprised if there's asbestos in here. But if there is, then they have to be particularly careful with the demolition, so.
Have we ascertained how it happened? Why?
Yes, there was up in the upper part, there is a ball joint, Alex, or ball
valve. Yeah, ball valve.
valve.
Froze?
That's, Alex, why don't you describe it? Because I'm not sure I understand it completely.
And the ball valve shuts the system off or opens the system up for draining. And on the outside of the ball valve, there's a short nipple, which has a cap on the end of it. It screws into the ball valve, and it's supposed to be shut off so that no drainage occurs outside of the ball valve, and the system remains intact. However, somebody somewhere along the line kicked the ball valve slightly open, so it's been leaking into that short nipple and up against the cap that was screwed on to the end of the nipple. And finally, the nipple just corroded out the threads on itself and let go. And then it just began leaking. And the way the system is set up, once and it's set up to keep it full all the time, there's a pump on it which brings city water into the system if no glycol is available, which it isn't unless you fill the reservoir. And so as the glycol leaked out up above the ceiling, just kept filling and filling and leaking and leaking. And fortunately, the DPW guys were outside on that Friday shoveling and smelled a stench coming out of the building, which was the glycol. So they turned to it, brought in ServPro to try to dry it out. But anyway, that's beyond what happened. But there you go, Gene.
Thank you for the explanation.
Welcome.
Yeah, well, at least it was good that they were able to determine what it was, and they've now
Right.
replaced all those valves every place else in the system.
Yeah. So we're as secure as we can be for another 2 decades, I guess, huh?
It'll leak from somewhere else.
Of course. This is what, the 3rd one this season? And the worst of them in quite a while.
Yeah, and we've had bad ones in the past.
Ugh,
Yeah. Not a fan of,
anyway.
fan of like,
Is there a checklist to monitor that? Like once a month or something, somebody checks it all?
not something, according to James, that would show up on a regular maintenance account. But when the library was first built, there was an HVAC maintenance account that was in place for years. Every spring and fall, they would do maintenance. And then that was abandoned about 7 years ago, maybe. I think the feeling was the maintenance account was expensive and they were still having issues. They were just trying to cut corners. And so now there's kind of, and from what I can understand, it's kind of, there's a maintenance company, but it doesn't seem to me like it's really all that clear what they do. So I think it would be great to try and nail that down a little better. And know exactly, I mean, the maintenance accounts I used to sign off for were, they had everything listed there. Now it's a little loosey-goosey. The maintenance fellow comes in and he does some things, we don't know what any of them are. And that's partly because we're not in charge of the building as we used to be. But my observation has been, there have been a few other things that have happened that it seems like they should have been on a maintenance account. And I know Dick Passerius said the same thing.
And this is a toxic substance, so it really needs to be monitored.
Yeah, for sure,
Okay,
sure.
well, I'll keep my eye on it too.
I'll hold the ladder while you crawl up
Toxic
into it.
substances.
So I think that's all I've got for now.
I think that is it. So when shall we meet again, folks?
Get 2 calendars.
16.
I thought we were going to do the 16. We don't need to?
I think there was some talk about the 16th at one point. Dick gets home the 14th. Is that next week? That's next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
16 is a week from today.
Oh, I think the 23rd had been under discussion too.
Yeah.
Well, what works for everybody?
23 should be fine.
23rd is good for me.
Okay,
Harry, there we go.
okay.
yeah.
Aaron, you'll be around.
And
I
are we
think-
going to meet by Zoom or in person?
I don't see, I think especially if we wear masks, that we could meet in person if everybody else is comfortable with that.
Everybody in on that?
Uh,
Good.
Whoops.
My life is
Versus Zoom.
Right.
my life is
For a Zoom, Dick?
well, I prefer Zoom at the moment. My life is not entirely in my command these days. There's a lot going on in my family that I need to be on
Yeah,
top of.
that's fine. That's
I
fine. That's
prefer
all.
Zoom too.
Okay.
Until we can't,
Since
I
some
assume
of
we
my neighbors who I haven't been in touch with, but who live near me, just got COVID.
Oh,
So
boy.
I would prefer to do.
All right.
Yeah.
So I
Enough
will
said.
leave, until the state bars us, I think
Yeah.
which is the end of April, right?
Right,
I
right.
believe it was extended to July 15th, it might be.
No, I think you're right.
I think it was extended one more time.
So,
Got it wrong.
Sorry,
Thank you.
now we really have a quorum.
yeah.
July 15.
July 15th.
Yes, we do.
Right.
Yeah,
Wow. I mean,
until
there,
July 15, 2022. So
I
let's
did
avail
s-
ourselves of that, and it'll be Zoom on the 23rd.
I just want to put it out there that I did see the FinCom having a meeting with somebody. Actually, I think there were two people that were on Zoom, and we have our OWL unit. So that could be an option. The OWL unit, which we haven't tried yet, but where we could have some people that are here and some people that are on Zoom.
Or the combination.
Yes.
Yeah, hybrid. I forgot to check to see when FinCom is meeting again.
Oh, they are meeting again April 5th.
Okay. Okay,
So fingers crossed.
I'm going to be gone if my life plays out the way I hope it does, between the 1st and the 12th of April. But
Okay,
that's unfortunately a little up in the air at the moment. So,
well,
okay.
it'll be what it'll be, Dick.
yeah, I just wanted to put people
No.
on notice that someone else will have to step in and be a secretary if there's a meeting that happens. On the assumption,
None of us is as good at it as you are, so.
that our current secretary is still overloaded with her teaching responsibilities.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'd like to do one thing because we haven't actually done it yet, which is to offer the position to Erin. We just are assuming she's going to say yes. I would
you're
really
right.
like to
I'll
offer.
have to see what the benefits package is, but
Because it'll be a very positive position and a positive person in it too.
thanks, Terry.
No, you're right. We didn't offer it
No, well, we
until
couldn't
you
do
did.
that until now.
We
Yes,
voted to make the offer. We just forgot to do it.
Did we hear a yes?
Do we do this? I actually don't know the protocol. Yes, unless it's an offer letter. Jean, do you remember how?
Yeah, I think, I don't know if Tracy or the trustees in this case have to write an
Right.
offer letter.
Okay,
For our regular staff, Tracy needs to write the offer letter. I'm not sure about for director. It probably is the trustees.
okay. And with
But
this
one of you might want to check in with Tracy about that.
Yes, I'll be glad to do that.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
okay.
But yes, I'm excited. I'm very excited. We have a
Okay.
lot to do. A lot to do. But I'm very excited.
Oh,
And then,
It's only a small portion of the library that has to be rebuilt.
Right.
Just a small portion.
and then there's plans for goodbyes for Jean too.
Some people go through a trial by fire. Some unfortunately go through a trial by flood.
Uh,
It'll be a good story.
Yes,
yeah, a couple years from now.
yes.
All right, is that it for the meeting? Because if it is, I'd be glad to note the time. If not, we have something more to discuss.
Not on my end.
We fulfill the agenda items.
Great,
Great.
great.
Okay,
Somebody going to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
second,
second, yes,
third,
All right.
let's do it.
so all soon.
Have a great rest of
Okay,
Yep. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So long, everybody.